With MyFitnessPal taking its barcode scanner and putting it behind a paywall, which £15 a month is quite a lot of money for, it can leave you feeling a bit confused about what to do next. So if you're already paying for premium on MyFitnessPal, it's not going to affect you at all. Or if you don't use the barcode scanner, again, it's not going to affect you at all. But there are some other alternatives out there. The app that I've looked into is an app called Lose It. Like MyFitnessPal, it'll help you track your calories and hit your targets. Although Lose It on its free version will only let you track calories and see percentages of macros, it won't show you all of the grams. So if that's something that you're looking to track and hit certain targets for those, it may be worth upgrading to their premium version, which is £35 for the year. So it's a lot cheaper than MyFitnessPal. When you initially set up your Lose It account, you will be asked a lot of questions about your lifestyle, preferences for diet, motivation, why you're looking to track, and the app will, or you can set it up to send you notifications to motivate you and keep you going with your tracking. Unlike MyFitnessPal, Lose It doesn't set ridiculously low calorie goals and get you to earn extra calories by exercising. You can still log your workouts on there, but it will ask you a lot of questions in the initial setup to establish your initial calorie goals. So it will ask you how active you are and how aggressive that you want to be with your deficit. These can be easily changed at any time. Lose It is very easy, user-friendly. There's lots of little pictures for everything that's logged. The barcode scanner is very quick compared to MyFitnessPal. I have done a little video of just logging some meals, also using their functions to save meals. So if it's something that you eat on a regular basis, you haven't got to keep adding in individual items, you can save them and then add those as a bulk. If you're thinking with the whole change in MyFitnessPal, rather than going onto another app, you'd like to try and not track, but the thought of not tracking fills you with a little bit of dread and makes you think that you're going to start going backwards with your progress or make less healthful choices because you're not tracking, there are a few different things that you can try. So you could try just writing down and keeping a written food diary. Have been some studies to show that just writing down the foods that you eat mean that you make more healthful choices. Another thing that you could do is, rather than looking to be tracking calories and hitting protein targets, etc., is to be thinking about how many different plant-based options you have within your day and how many different foods that you have. So you could count the amount of different plant-based foods that you have within your day. You could start aiming for 5, so that could be your fruits and veggies, and then you could look at the different grains and things that you're having in there, whether it's potato, rice, quinoa, lentils. You can look at all the different plant-based sources that you have within your diet and look to just be increasing variety, but again making sure that you're getting lots of fibre in there as well. And again, you're not going to be kind of just turning towards processed foods or more calorie dense options just because you're not tracking. Just because something hasn't gone into an app or it hasn't been meticulously weighed out doesn't mean that the calories aren't going to be the same as if it was meticulously weighed out. Start thinking about eating to your fullness. So check in with yourself halfway through your meal, ask yourself how full you are, make sure that we're not allowing ourselves to get too hungry before we start to eat again. And if it's something like protein that's going to bother you, if you've been tracking for long enough, you'll know roughly how much you've been eating per day, how many servings of protein that kind of equates into, and then you'll be able to take that knowledge that you've kind of built up and apply it to your non-tracking day. So if you know that you normally have 3 to 4 servings of protein and you are hitting your target consistently, then you know that 3 to 4 servings of protein per day is kind of where you need to be. So that isn't going to change. Whether it's been tracked or not is kind of irrelevant. If you know you're hitting those numbers and you're kind of getting a sense of what portion sizes feel good, you may still choose to weigh out certain things. I know from personal experience, it's really hard to eyeball things like pasta and rice when you're cooking to know how much it's actually going to kind of boil down to. Say boil down to, you know what I mean. Once it's cooked, how much it's going to be on your plate. So just being able to weigh out those to know that that portion size is correct for you, it's It's good tools to have in your toolbox, but it isn't the be all and end all. Tracking is a great tool, but it isn't the be, it isn't everything.